First, would you like to introduce yourself, Mira, I guess, to the camera, to the audience watching?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I'm Mira. Um, I work in Atlanta and I've lived here my whole life. And I'm a Spanish student with ASI. And I've been taking classes for a couple or a few months now, um, so far, and excited to continue.
Awesome. No, in what part of Atlanta did you grow up in?
So I grew up, um, it's hard to explain, but it's it's actually unincorporated DeKalb, but within the perimeter. So I grew up kind of north of North Decatur.
Uh,
Um, yeah, so if people are familiar with like the restaurant Desta, very close to there.
yeah. Oh, okay. Desta. That's like North Druid Hills
I'm kind of like just outside of North Druid Hills, but North Druid Hills is really close. So I would say
in
that.
Briarcliff.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly. I know there's a bunch of fast food restaurants near there too, a little bit east. You go to like the Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's, which I get that's kind of vague, but
But yes, that
awesome.
area.
Okay. Yeah, I taught at Lakeside, for one,
Okay.
so a little bit north of there. But
Yes, that
in
was really close to me. What did you teach?
Spanish, yeah.
Spanish. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I taught Spanish one. But and so why would you like to learn Spanish? What kind of sparked the interest to learn or to improve
Um,
yours?
for sure. I took Spanish classes when I was in high school and I really liked it. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, and when I was in college, I didn't really have the opportunity to continue with it. I did do an exchange in Spain, so I got to practice when I was there, but I didn't actually take like Spanish classes. So, I always like enjoyed learning, but I didn't really continue it formally. Um, so then once I finished with my college and like my master's, and I still was interested in learning, and especially because I was done taking classes, formal classes in a university. I thought it would be great to continue learning while I'm working, and make sure that I'm keeping my mind sharp, and then also learning something that I've always wanted to learn. I have a lot of friends who speak Spanish. I like to travel, so I thought it's a great way to kind of like kill two birds with one stone. I'm kind of using a different part of my brain than I use in my job. And then I also get to learn something I always wanted to learn and be able to talk to more people in a new way. So that was the
Okay.
general reason.
And so you had a base coming into classes with us. Where did you? What's been like the biggest difference you've seen with kind of the classes you've been like the one-on-one classes you've been doing with us compared to like university or in high school, the classes you took?
Yeah, I think it's really a whole new world when you do the one-on-one classes, because when you're in class in high school or in university, there's other people in the class. So obviously sometimes you get put on the spot, and or you're still learning, but it's different when it's one-on-one because you hold yourself a lot more accountable and you just get a lot more practice in. So I think you improve a lot faster. And it's also nice like having that relationship with your tutor where you talk to each other a lot, so they're able to tailor the classes to maybe your interests or your level, um, and you can just keep progressing faster, I think, that way.
And I know you've only been like 23 hours in, more or less, but since April. But have there been like some any specific like grammar or vocab that you were struggling with and that you feel more confident in?
Yeah, I mean, I think with every class, vocab just improves because there's endless vocab that you can learn. And so as you practice more and if you're more consistent, I feel like that is a huge benefit, especially because in my classes, I've been provided a lot of different materials from like newspapers or like testing materials. So there's a lot of good vocab in there. So certainly I feel my vocab has improved. And also, this is still something I'm working on a lot, but I think it's improving is my auditory comprehension. Like, I think when I have conversations with people in real life, I tend to do fine, but when I hear those kind of more complex things, like maybe in a movie or in a news show or something like that, it's hard for me. And in my classes, we've been working on that, and I think it's getting better.
Oh, cool. So are you guys like kind of diagnosing some audio and then kind of seeing what parts where the gaps are and things like that?
Yes, or I'm like listening, and then my tutor will ask me a lot of questions to make sure to see which parts I understood or which parts I didn't understand. And that's really helpful because that's definitely the hardest thing for me.
Do you have a favorite word or phrase in Espanol that you would like to share to the world that you like the sound of it or you just like to use it?
Yes, it's very silly. I like the word escuincle, because it sounds so funny.
Cómo se dice? How do you say it?
Escuincle, it's like un niño. Um,
Escuincle.
yeah, yeah, and I read it. It was in one of the reading materials that I was working on in class,
Oh,
and I thought it was
wow.
so funny.
Okay. For those watching, it's spelled Escuincle, escuincle, or in Spanish, Escuincle. Whoa, I've never heard of that word.
It's a good
That's a
one. It's
thank you for sharing that. And then just like out of curiosity, when you were like evaluating like, potential schools to work with, there's a lot of options, and so kind of why did you choose Atlanta Spanish Immersion?
Yeah, that's a great question. I did do like a bit of looking around online, and I liked Atlanta Spanish Immersion one just because it was local. So I do like that I have my classes and I do take my classes online, and that works well for my schedule. But then I can also go to the meetups that you guys organize and talk to people in real life and be with a community of other learners and then people who are native speakers. So that's really helpful and just fun. I like that aspect. I come from a city planning background, so I like the community aspect of doing something with a local group and just supporting that and being part of that community. And then also the flexibility because even though I am part of this local group, I can still take the classes online. So if I'm traveling, I could still take a class, or if I have weird hours, I can still make the class work with my schedule. So those were all great. And then I saw good reviews, um, and I did take, I think, like a preliminary class to see how it was, and I really
It
liked it. So
flows.
yeah.
Cool. Pues no, muchas gracias, Mira.